Well, here I go. I'd been wanting to try Dark Souls 3 PvP for a while, and I just haven't done it because I figured I was going to suck, and as it turned out, I kind of suck. But it's been fun, the little bit that I've done of it. So I may try some more at some point. But anyway, when I first started, I was playing around with some different weapons, and I hadn't upgraded any of them, so they were basically really low level as far as damage that they were going to do. And I knew going in that, you know, whatever other players that I went up against, they were going to be using weapons that were upgraded. So I probably was going to lose most of whatever fights I had. And I didn't care. I mean, I just wanted to get my feet wet and see how I liked it or didn't like it. It turns out that the PvP in Dark Souls is a lot different than it is in Bloodborne. Besides using shields, the parry system is different, and it's just kind of taken me a while to get used to it. I don't know if I like it as much, to be honest. But maybe it's just because I was nervous and just getting started, so. Anyway, I'm gonna die. There I go. Yeah, that was painful to watch. A lot of the people that are playing Dark Souls 3 are Souls pros. I mean, you know, they played all of the past Souls games. And this basically is my first actual Souls game. Bloodborne was... A lot of people thought Bloodborne was sort of a spiritual successor to the Souls games. I mean, it had a lot in common with the Souls games, but the combat in Bloodborne was different, and anyway, there I go, getting summoned again. One of the things I've noticed that's really different at least in Dark Souls 3, is the amount of people that can be involved in the PvP. They had gank squads in Bloodborne, but usually, I mean, at least for myself, every PvP fight that I had in Bloodborne was one-on-one, mano-a-mano. So coming into this area, some of my fights involved quite a few other people, or at least there were other people there. At one point, there was one fight that I didn't record, and I stood up on the top level up there, and there was like five of us all together. And there was like 3 people down below, and I was up above with someone else. So it's just kind of strange. I mean, it's like really like a combat arena. And this is another big difference. You know, I don't mind the shields because you don't have to use them, but I'd heard before I even started playing Dark Souls 3 that shields were a big thing. And what this guy is doing is he's turtling. And I hate it. I really do. I mean, basically, not everybody does it, but some do, and this guy is, and it's just so fucking annoying because, excuse my French. No, it is. He's just hiding behind his shield. That's it. hides and then hits and hides and then hits. And by the way, I am now going to jump off that balcony there because he healed. And although healing was pretty standard in Bloodborne, I'd heard that you weren't supposed to heal in Dark Souls. It was just something you didn't do. And I haven't been healing. So when I saw that guy, or person, whoever, generically speaking, when I saw that they healed, I didn't want to fight him. And it was probably a dumb thing to do, but it just, I wasn't going to fight somebody that was going to heal. I know, that's ridiculous, but whatever. You don't have to be an adult in these games, I suppose. That's what it's all about. Respectful, but not necessarily an adult. I can't parry. I keep trying, but I'm trying to psych myself up before I get there. Parrying really does work. If you can parry, it'll help, win, or at least give you a better chance of winning. And I don't even try it anymore because I basically just can't seem to do it. It's not going to matter that I have the same weapon because it's the lowest. It's just there's no leveling up on it. So whatever damage I do is not going to be anything like what they're going to do. And I'm getting they're basically wiping the floor with me. This is really, really strange. I had no idea that when you entered, enter another player's world, either doing PvP or co-op, this whole thing about dark spirits, and it's something that Bloodborne didn't have. You didn't look like this in Bloodborne. I mean, you could see your character, you could see the other player's character, and I kind of preferred that. This is, I don't know. To me, this just seems less personal. When everybody looks the same, you're either glowing red or purple or whatever other colors they have. And I want to see the person I'm fighting or helping. I want to see what they look like, what their character looks like, and you can't with this. Hello. Bloodborne had something like this too. You could transform into messengers, into the messengers anyway, and move around like they're doing as a statue. I have the transformation for that. I just haven't used it. Initially, of course, there's one person here, so I assumed I was going to be fighting them. And as it turns out, somebody else shows up. And there you are. See, there's the purple. We are now going to watch this person stand there applauding, and you know, this was confusing for me because I came in thinking I was going to fight this player, and I ended up fighting this player while this player ran around, and I don't know what they were thinking as they were doing this, but it's just it's like it's a strange new world for me. I am a total noob, and not ashamed to admit it. I did really well in the beginning. I was surprised how well I did when I first started the fight, and I did well until I didn't, and it just suddenly I got so panicky because I wanted to win so badly, and I was doing so well. I choked. I basically just choked, and I went from having so much health compared to their health, and as you can see, I'm down to almost nothing at this point. That's all it takes. Anyway, I went from winning to losing very quickly, and it's hard to lose when you're doing the best you can. I mean, I tell myself, you know, my weapons aren't upgraded, which they aren't, but still, it's kind of painful. So they beat them for me. Thank you. I'm having fun with this. There are things about the game that I wish were a little bit different, but the PvP is fun, and I'm sure I'll be doing more of it at some point. So that's all. Bye!